Ink ribbon.
Probably the most unintentionally iconic character in the franchise, Resident Evil set up shop with style in the fourth game and brought him back for the remake. I thought it would be fun to take a closer look at this stranger and see what he's all about, and I couldn't think of a better person to help me with this video than Susie, so she'll be joining me today. From being Leon's backpack to an unforgettable catchphrase, here are 25 facts about the Merchant.
Over here, stranger.
The concept and design for the Merchant was made with the goal of him being a physical embodiment of a shop, which is why his jacket is full of goods. The Merchant was one of several characters created by artist Masaki Yamanaka, and his trenchcoat design was based on the villain Neptune Man from the manga series Kinnikuman. Neptune Man collects his opponent's masks and keeps them under his coat, something that shocked Yamanaka as a child. Resident Evil 4 isn't the only game with a Merchant. In the mobile-only game Resident Evil Degeneration, there is a different Merchant, though he's been confirmed to be a different character, which is pretty obvious from his appearance alone. He does speak in a similar way though, even referring to himself as a stranger. In Resident Evil Village, we saw the next Merchant in the series, the Duke, who refers to the Merchant with a small Easter egg voice line.
What are you buying? Just something an old friend of mine used to say.
The Merchant doesn't appear to be allied with anyone but himself. He sells to anyone who will buy and seems to only care about making money as an independent third party.
I've got some new items in stock. Come take a look.
In the original Resident Evil 4, he was voiced by Paul Mercier, the same voice actor as Leon. In the remake, he is voiced by Michael Adamthwaite, who has been the voice of several characters, most notably as Jay from LEGO's Ninjago series. In the original Resident Evil 4, you are able to kill the Merchant. On top of this, in some places, Ganados can also kill him, especially ones wielding dynamite. If he dies, he will not appear again in that particular shop, but he will show up at others. However, on professional difficulty, if you kill him, he is permanently gone for the rest of the game. In the remake, the ability to kill him was removed, but you can still pelt him with eggs, though he doesn't particularly appreciate it when you do.
Oi!
Also in the remake, if you engage in combat directly in front of the Merchant, he will go into a defensive stance and shield himself. In the art book for Resident Evil 6, one of Leon's unused alternate costume designs featured him wearing the Merchant as a backpack. The Lovecraft film Dagon is widely considered a big influence on Resident Evil 4, and among this are possibly the Merchant's design, which is pretty clear when looking at this screenshot. Purple is most likely his favorite color, considering he wears a purple bandana on his face as well as displaying a purple flame to let customers know where he is open for business. Different elements can create different colored flames. For example, copper sulfate will create green flames. I looked up how the Merchant would create a purple flame, and there was a lot of complicated scientific answers, but the most basic one is probably potassium chloride, which is the easiest way to create a purple flame. In the original, about halfway through the game, his eyes would go from blue to glowing red. It's never been confirmed, but it's believed that like Leon and Ashley, the Merchant was also infected with Las Plagas, though somehow not affected.
Got something that might interest you.
Are you a Resident Evil fan who's in the market for getting a new PC? How about one of the custom Resident Evil PCs from AVA Direct that I helped design? The Outbreak build captures the aftermath of what happened in the laboratory while also providing a perfect entry-level gaming experience. Or maybe the Green Herb build is more your style. Now you can combine a PC gaming powerhouse with the healing properties of a green herb. And we can't forget the T-Virus. This PC will keep the virus safely contained and even display all the necessary information on this built-in LCD panel, so no need to worry about it getting out. All these PCs are custom made and they've got a whole bunch of other custom PCs to fit your aesthetic. To see this collection, visit avadirect.com/inkribbon and be sure to use code INKRIBBON for 10% off your order. Links are in the description.
Thank you.
In the remake, you'll notice that enemies don't approach the merchant. It's theorized it could be because of the blue flame that he seemingly always has around him, in one form or another. I'd like to take credit for pointing that out to the world. Thank you very much. You're all welcome. The most valuable treasure you can sell is the elegant crown, provided you have the correct gemstone combinations. If you do a quintet, it'll sell for 100,000 pesetas. But if you do a duo and a triple using 3 red beryls and 2 yellow gems, it actually sells for more, at 108,000 pesetas. There was supposed to be a merchant character in Resident Evil 5, but was scrapped during the early stages of development. Whether it would have been the same character is unknown because all we have left is this placeholder character model. In Resident Evil Resistance, there's an unlockable sticker depicting a raccoon dressed as the merchant. The merchant's shooting range allows Leon to acquire coins that can be used to get charms that can be equipped onto his attaché case. Some of the most useful ones involving the merchant are ones like the rhinoceros beetle charm, which makes health items twice as valuable. Vipers, eggs, and mixed yellow, red, green herbs can sell for a nice profit.
Took care of her request, did you?
There are enough weapons here to get a party going.
The merchant seems to be a fan of guns, getting very excited about certain weapons and providing additional commentary for some, in both the original and the remake.
I see you have an eye for things. Gun's not just about shooting, it's about reloading. You'll know what I'm talking about.
If you wait for a while, sometimes you can catch the merchant humming the save theme. The bandana he wears may seem to have a random symbol, but it's actually his own insignia, but it's folded over. You can see the full insignia when you trade spinels for items, and also visible on the floor of the elevator leading to the shooting range. You can also see this insignia on Leon's knitted hat accessory. In the remake, if you upgrade every weapon possible, the merchant will comment on it with a special voice line.
You're well struck. I don't believe it. You went and did them all. I guess everyone needs a hobby.
The merchant, despite being an NPC, became one of the most beloved characters in gaming and gave us the famous line that is still being repeated today.
What are you buying?
And that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the merchant, and if you did, be sure to throw some pesetas at that like button. Thanks again to Susie for helping me out with this video, and be sure to check out her character Stella in the Phantom Liberty DLC in Cyberpunk 2077, and of course her channel of amazing retrospectives. If there's another character, franchise, or location you'd like to see a facts video on, please leave it down in the comments and it might be the subject of a future video. Until next time, I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon. And a very special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Your extra support means the world to me and helps me keep making content for you guys.